Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very exciting and special edition of Presidential Talk at Miami Dade College, where today we are transmitting from the new and improved, beautiful Hialeah Campus in the heart of the city of Hialeah, a wonderful beacon for this community. And we're joined by the president of this great campus, Dr. Roig-Watnik, and also by the president of the Student Government Association here at this campus, Mr. Josiah Roque. Thanks for joining us as well, Mr. Roque.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I'd like to begin with you. I'm so excited. I was talking before the show began on how I almost feel like I'm in a foreign place, because this is a beautiful, traditional college campus like you'd find anywhere else in North America, with all the amenities, but right here in the city of Hialeah that was really thirsting for this type of presence.
Yes. Well, we're very excited because we really have gone through quite an evolution and transformation, both physically and emotionally, actually. We began this campus actually about 20 some odd years ago, but Hialeah really was a center, and it began in the Palm Springs Mile Mall. And we moved here, still as a center, and becoming a real campus approximately 10 years ago. But it wasn't until this year that we really blossomed with the new renovations and all the spaces that we have for our students.
You know, I want to say one thing about those renovations, and that's to thank the area residents. I know they had to put up with a little bit, but in the end, what was delivered is just amazing. This was a campus that was a hodgepodge of buildings, older office buildings, I believe an old bank building,
Yes.
which served as the administrative building. And again,
Correct.
I'm looking out, I'm seeing green space, lawns, an art gallery. Truly a special campus, no?
Yes, it is. It's a very holistic campus where we can now offer all basically the associate degree, some associate of science degrees. We have the first science labs ever in this campus, so we're just very excited. And everything really state of the art. So one of our pride and joys really is the fact that we have student spaces, and we're very excited when we see our students hanging around and doing, you know, activities, and it's just wonderful.
And that's a great segue to our guest, who's from the SGA, Josiah. I don't know if you ever were on the campus in its prior iteration, but tell us about this campus. What excites you about it?
Well, to be honest, this campus is amazing. From the moment I walk in, you see beautiful spaces. There's places for everyone to hang out, sit around, places to study, places that you would not think you would get anywhere else. And to be honest, this is it's a great environment. It's a learning environment. From the moment you walk in, you have faculty that are ready to engage with you, speak to you, and just help you out and go above and beyond. And the spaces have provided everything we can ever imagine.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, where you went to high school, what you're studying, your major.
I actually went to Westland Hialeah, right down the road. I'm studying to be, I'm getting my bachelor's degree in public safety management, actually. Yes. But I aspire to be a firefighter in the future.
Excellent. Now, we actually pride ourselves at Miami Dade College with training more than 80% of public safety officials in this region, so that's a wonderful calling. But you could still do TV if that doesn't work. We'll have a fallback on TV. You know, one of the things I failed to ask at the beginning was just kind of the cross-section, the description of this campus. How many students do we currently serve, the potential for growth, some of the more special programs that are housed at this campus?
It's a great question. Well, we have been growing now with the addition of the building and it opening up the semester. And actually this semester we had a 14% growth. So we're serving about 4,500 students right now. And now that we have our new high school students and they're seeing that we're open, you know, with the facilities, we really do expect to have about 15,000 for the next annual academic year. So we're very excited about that.
And those cornerstone programs, or those special programs based on this campus?
Well, we do have mainly the Associate of Arts degree, but we are focusing a lot on what the students have been asking for, and that is the Associate of Science in Criminal Justice. We have started that very formally. We have the education degree that students are asking for. We do have the full Baccalaureate of Applied Science program in Supervision and Management for business students. But I have to say that it is mainly the Associate of Arts students that are coming. And I'd like to just add to what Josiah had said about the spaces for students. A tremendous observation that absolutely is delightful to see is that middle afternoon, you can see not only in the nooks and crannies, but a very active student life going on in the spaces, whether it's outside or whether it's around the student life area where we're trying to provide them spaces and even, you know, fun activities like ping pong and they're here. And not to say anything about the learning resources, which is filled morning through night completely. And perhaps Josiah might be able to help us with that.
Yes, actually, my first semester here, I practically spent every single day in this library, and it was amazing. If you see everyone here at the same time, every single day, the same people putting in the work, putting in the hours, studying, and the resources here are amazing. The people that work here, just as helpful. They're, you know, from the tutors to, you know, even the students that will help you themselves. And every day it's, you learn something in here and you have that chance to study. You have that chance to get your work done. And it's an amazing place. The first day I walked in, I was amazed by what I was seeing. I didn't know what to think.
You know, that's incredibly satisfying. I get a chance in my job to visit all the campuses and spend time at the various facilities, but I can tell you that I am just blown away by what I see here. I've also had a chance to travel to national fora and conferences and visit other colleges and university, and there is nothing that we have to envy at this campus at another institution.
Well, and I appreciate that, because really I think that in the planning of this campus, everything was student-centered and is student-centered, and everything that we're trying to do to make sure that our students have the best experience, we have the best faculty, we have wonderful facilities, that it revolves around students and their success. And we believe that if students feel comfortable and they feel honored and they feel appreciated, they will stay. And when they stay, they're going to study harder and they're going to be able to complete their programs to be successful.
And I like to use our students as our ambassadors, because they're certainly much better than us. Anybody out there your age or maybe a little older that's kind of on the fence and undecided about college, what would you tell them about this campus and what to do?
Wow. Well, to be honest, I'd say show up. This has been, you know, college has been life-changing for me. When I finished high school, I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to. I just wanted to do something else. But once I came to college, came to Miami Dade Hialeah Campus, you know, my perspective changed on college. I immediately said I wanted to continue my studies. I wanted to continue furthering my education. And because of Miami Dade, they've helped me figure that out. They've helped me pursue my dreams, give me opportunities I never had before. And that was the best thing that's ever happened to me when I came here.
Well, congratulations, Josiah. We're very proud of you and so happy to have you. And as you know very well, you know, a college education is a passport to the middle class and a passport toward a sustainable life and sustainable career. So we're going to talk a little bit about that coming up in the second segment, and a lot more about this very special campus. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back on Presidential Talk, today transmitting from the Hialeah campus.
Cool programs for hot jobs. Let Miami Dade College jumpstart your career. We offer bachelor's degrees in film and TV production, nursing, electronics engineering, information systems technology, supervision and management, supply chain management, or choose from 300 other programs to study. You can take classes during the day, evening, weekend, or online. For more info, visit MDC.edu or call 305-237-8888. Get the knowledge and training for today's in-demand jobs. Register now. Miami Dade College.
Welcome back, friends, to the second segment of Presidential Talk, where today we're broadcasting from the newly improved Hialeah campus of Miami Dade College. In the first segment, we were joined by the head of the SGA on this campus and heard the student perspective. But on this segment, I think it's important to hear the faculty perspective. And we're joined by Professor Sherry Sinkoff, Professor of Speech, who has labored at this campus now for about 10 years. Right. And again, joined by Dr. Maddie Roig-Watnik. But I'd like to begin with you, Professor Sinkoff. Mm-hmm. You've lived the past and now you live the future of this campus. Tell us about your experience here at the Hialeah campus.
I've loved the past, I love the present, and I will love the future. We were small. We had a great time. Everything was going on great in the classes, and we knew things were coming. We never once complained that there was noise because we knew the vision. We've had a wonderful time watching it, and now that it's here, we don't know what to do with ourselves. When we first walked in, when we walked into our office space, we cried. We sat there with tears. We did not know what to do with ourselves, and the looks on our students' faces every time we go into another space is beyond words, just beyond words.
I know you said you love the past, and that's great, but I mean, this futuristic campus, you've got to, I mean, really love it even more.
You know, this morning I had great events in my class, and I was able to use them in just a regular classroom, and I have guests come in, and my students give presentations in little sections. Well, today we went to a special room, and that room had different computers with stations and big screens all over the place. It was the best. I had the best morning I have had, I think, since I'm here at Hialeah. My students were super. The space is gorgeous, high-tech, and beautiful, and everything. And of course, all the people that work here are just amazing.
Dr. Roig-Watnik, despite all these amenities and these wonderful features at this campus, you've constantly said that the faculty is the backbone of this campus. Tell us about that.
Well, absolutely. Their knowledge, their enthusiasm, their energy, and the love that they have for the students is number one. What we've tried to do with the renovations was provide them the tools that they deserve and that they have asked for in many cases to be able to teach. But they can teach without the tools. They're the kind of faculty that just are stars. And we can see that from the students. We can see how they succeed. We can see why they come back. It is because of our faculty.
And one of the things we also spoke about recently was the labs. You know, this campus has a lot of firsts. Not only is it the first real public higher education presence in the city, but as far as I knew, there were never any science labs at this level, at the university level within the city.
This is correct. The first time that the Hialeah campus has science labs, which we are primarily now teaching the pre-health science courses in chemistry and in anatomy and physiology. And I can tell you that our full-time science faculty, and I know our part-timers too, are just absolutely ecstatic, but our full-time science faculty, every once in a while they come downstairs and they'll give me a hug just because they have science labs. They're so excited.
They got to probably pinch themselves like I did when I walked in.
They really do.
Because I had been here for a board meeting recently, but I had not had a chance to really walk around, and it was just amazing what I found. And Professor Sinkoff, tell us specifically about speech. Speech in the city of Hialeah. How important is that? Tell us about your students and how resilient they are.
Well, my students are wonderful, and speech in Hialeah is very important, maybe more so than on another campus. But the accents that my students have, because they are already finished with an EAP program, or they were born here, and they are bilingual, which is wonderful, but they think that their accents are going to stop them. But as far as I am concerned, their accents are helping them. And as long as you can understand, those accents are beautiful, and they begin to see that. They begin to feel, you know, very composed and feeling that they can do just about anything and talk to anyone.
And my comment was meant in the most positive of ways because, again, I think this is a very dynamic city. In past lives, I was involved in the politics in this city, and this is a city that's very engaged. People who get out and vote and are active civically. So again, that's what I'm referring to. And having a campus that can provide services to this very engaged community, I think is a beautiful thing.
The city of progress.
Yeah,
That's
I'd
right.
like to add though that what I see emanating from Professor Sinkoff's class and is the fact that students are gaining a tremendous amount of self-assurance.
I hope so.
And they are. And it's just an amazing change that you see with the students. Whether or not they had gone through EAP, which with our English for Academic Purposes program is still very strong here, as well as the English for Second Language speakers through the continuing education aspects. But when they get into the credit programs and they start taking speech, many are still hesitant and afraid to speak. and they have the tools and have the power, but it is the kind of patience and nurturing that we have from our faculty in just about, I mean, in all disciplines, that we see them really blossoming.
That's amazing. And again, from a professor, it has to be extremely satisfying when you see your students on your journey and they check back in a few years later and they're now successful members of this community, correct?
Well, it is absolutely correct. When I look on Facebook and I see a student who just got married, but I also know that she just graduated from law school, it's really pretty terrific. And one of our students here was just accepted to Emerson College for her graduate studies, and she's working here right now, and she'll be leaving here, you know, soon, you know, when it's time for school to start in September, and we're very proud of all of our students.
That is
really
amazing. The sky's the limit. You started this wonderful institution, and you can go anywhere, truly.
Anywhere, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this segment,
Thank you.
Professor Sinkoff. Keep up the good work back at District. We love what you do, and we're happy to promote all the projects that the faculty is endeavoring on this campus, and I look forward to getting back. So to our viewers, we come back for one segment where we're going to be joined by Councilman Paul Hernandez from the City of Hialeah to talk a little bit about the synergies that we have with the City of Hialeah and beyond. You don't want to miss it.
Cool programs for hot jobs. Let Miami Dade College jumpstart your career. We offer bachelor's degrees in physician assistant studies, biological sciences, education, and public safety management. Or choose from 300 other programs. With our flexible course schedules, you can take classes during the day, evening, weekend, or online. For more info, visit MDC.edu or call 305-237-8888. Get the knowledge and training for today's in-demand jobs. Register now.
And welcome back to Presidential Talk. I'm your host, Juan Mendieta, where today we have a very special program, as you know, broadcasting to you from the new and improved Hialeah Campus in the heart of the city of Hialeah, serving surrounding communities. And on this segment, we're again joined by the president of the Hialeah Campus, Dr. Roig-Watnik, but also the councilman from the city of Hialeah, Paul B. Hernandez. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And I want to begin with you, Councilman. I think it's great to have the linkage to the city. This is a very important city in the grand scheme of Miami-Dade County. Start off by telling us what it means to have the Hialeah campus in its new state within the city of Hialeah.
It's so incredible, and what happens is a lot of people, when they're looking to go into college, they're looking for that campus feel. For a long time, the Miami-Dade College Hialeah campus didn't offer that. It didn't have it. But thanks to Dr. Padron, the Board of Trustees, and our president, and their vision, they were able to really establish something that people from Hialeah and the surrounding areas are gonna want to come to. Instead of driving the extra 20 miles to go to another campus, they'd rather be here because it's right in their backyard. And it's not a bias of mine, I'm being completely objective. I think it's probably the nicest of all the Miami-Dade College campuses.
And one more follow-up question. You're obviously somebody who prioritizes and champions higher education. Congratulations on your acceptance to law school.
Thank you very much.
But your journey in higher education began at Miami-Dade College, correct?
Absolutely it did. And again, this is one thing that I'm incredibly proud of, the fact that we have this new campus here, because I feel like it incentivizes those students who may be on the edge of whether or not to do it. I mean, having this and having the amenities that this campus has, when you come in and you see the magnitude of it, you get lost in its grandeur and you want to be a part of it. So I started at Miami-Dade College. I did my undergrad at Florida International University, and now I'm going to law school, and it's great, but always cherishing the experience that I had at Miami-Dade College.
Absolutely, and we are blessed with having some great institutions here in South Florida as well. I began at the college and got my undergraduate and graduate degrees at FIU as well, so that's fantastic. This has to be music to your ears, Dr. Roig-Watnik, when we have that partnership with the city and the support.
Yes, it is, and we're very grateful for the councilman. We have a very close partnership with the city of Hialeah and certainly with the councilman. Everything that we're trying to do here is establishing a close collaboration with our community and being able to provide them not only the educational facilities, but we're going beyond that by establishing an art and cultural hub that I know that the city and the community has been wanting for quite some time.
And we're going to talk about that in just a second, but speaking of alliances with elected officials, we have Representative Avila as well, who's new to the state legislature,
Yes.
who is also a member of the faculty here at this institution.
Yes, he is. And he also has not only been a faculty member with us, but he has also come to campus quite a few times now to speak to students on various different issues, volunteering his time. So we're very blessed.
That's excellent. And now I want to talk about the cultural aspect, because a lot of people have criticized not only Hialeah, but many communities, even the city of Miami at a time, for being a cultural desert. But this campus has a cultural component, and we recently kicked it off with an exhibition so appropriate for this area called Black Ink with our friend Gustavo Horta, the curator. Tell us what it means to have, either of you jump in, to have this wonderful cultural hub in the city of Hialeah.
You know, the city for a very, very long time, most of its 90-year history, really made textile and industry its backbone. Rightfully so. A lot of people were coming in from other countries and they came to work here and make a living for themselves, and they didn't have time to bask in the humanities and arts and culture and such. But as the generations kept coming, there was that need and that want. I was one of them. And one point of contention that I always had growing up in Hialeah was that I had to leave the city to be able to enjoy all these things. But we've turned a new page now. And we're at that time, thanks to Miami Dade College, where we have a world-class art gallery here with a beautiful exhibit right now running that's so in touch and in tune with our culture that the community is able to come in and enjoy. So it means everything right now, because it's that catalyst of, you know, stepping from one stone to the next and really turning a new page into what the future of Hialeah is going to look like. And it's such an incredible partnership that we're able to enjoy as a municipality with the college, to be going together and working toward this new future.
Well, I'd like to add the fact that with not only our art gallery is a place where we want to really provide our students with that art and culture that they've been really asking for, wanting, needing, but the community. And with the Black Ink exhibit, it's just the first, which is a beautiful exhibit of 25 different Black ink masterpieces, really, that Mr. Horta had in his collection. But we're going to also be adding various different exhibits throughout the year. And what we want to do is enculturate our community. When I say community, I mean our students and the surrounding area of Hialeah, so that we're going to provide them different types of art. Colombian, our next exhibit is Asian art, and we're very excited about that. We're going to be also including poetry and events, musical events. So we really want to be very holistic in our approach to culture at the campus.
The day of the opening was so incredibly telling of just how incredibly successful this is going to be, and it's because we had the noon opening and it was filled with students from Miami Dade College, just looking at the art, appreciating it. And then later on that afternoon, we had hundreds and hundreds of people from the community come in to Hialeah. They were coming from areas such as the beach, they were coming from Wynwood, they were coming from the city of Miami on an afternoon into Hialeah to enjoy art in an art gallery located within the city. For me, as an elected official, it means the world to know that.
And I concur. I mean, Hialeah, again, very important city, fifth largest city in the state of Florida, that definitely needed this. And the point is, it's not just for students, it's for the community. These events are free and open to the public.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the hours when people can come out and see Black Ink and future exhibitions.
Well, we've posted the hours so that it's accessible. We have practically, I would say, 2 evenings. We have during the day, and then we do have on Saturdays, once every 3 Saturdays, we do have an opening.
That is excellent. Commissioner, we have 2 minutes, or Councilman, 2 minutes left in the show, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to send a message to people who are watching about the importance of education and perhaps a little bit about your platform as it relates to education.
Absolutely. You know, and this is what I always tell people. You need the education and you need the experience. You need both. You need the theory and you need the practice. And you can't really advance without a good combination of both, a healthy combination of both. So whatever it is that you like, whether it's politics, you learn the theory in the classroom because it's very important to have that, but you go out and you you get involved with a campaign, or you intern at someone's office. If it's law, you learn all the aspects of the law that you might want to learn in class, but then please go to a law firm and learn the actual practice of it. And I think that really the most successful people are the people who spread themselves and do both. But certainly, without this education, you're not going to be able to advance in today's society, and you need to put emphasis on it. And whether or not you're teetering and you're questioning, you know, what you should do, I always say, give it a chance and give it your all when you're there.
Thank you so much, Councilman Hernandez. And to close the show, Dr. Roig, what would you like to say to our viewers?
I definitely want to welcome everyone that is watching the show to please come to our beautiful campus in Hialeah to take a look at what Miami Dade College as a whole has to offer and all the wonderful programs, events that we sponsor, and know that we are here as a community to help serve the future students and the whole community.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roig-Watnik. I can't wait to get back here and do another show and experience this campus. I missed that first exhibition due to a conflict, but eager to get back. Councilman Hernandez, thanks so much for joining us. It means a ton to us and to our viewers. Thanks for spending the last half hour with us on the special edition of Presidential Talk. I'm your host, Juan Mendieta. We'll see you next time.